Hello, dear students. Let us do the remaining portion of the lesson, The Summit Within. So, the lesson started with Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia's thoughts regarding how he felt when he climbed Mount Everest for the first time in 1965. So, there were a lot of thoughts coming in his mind after he climbed, and thereafter he started giving certain reasons that why he climbed Mount Everest. So, we ended here that what are the qualities that are required to climb a summit? That the qualities of endurance, persistence, and willpower. Okay. Now, it is not only about climbing Mount Everest, it is also about doing anything grand in life. That you always require endurance, that is stamina, persistence, that you should be after it every time, and willpower, that is strong determination to do the task at hand. Then he says, I have a more personal answer to the question. I'm reading out this part. From my childhood, I have been attracted by mountains. This I discussed with you already, that Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia was very much fascinated about mountains since his childhood. And he believed that mountains are a means of communion with God. That is, mountains are a way by which you can establish contact with God. It is not by that you establish one-on-one contact. It is like a kind of attachment that you feel with God when you are in the mountains. Now he further says, once having granted this, the question remains, why Everest? That why to choose Everest only? The reason is because it is the highest, the mightiest, and has defied many previous attempts. That why people choose to climb Mount Everest? Because it is the highest peak in the world, it is the mightiest, that is, it is the strongest one, the big one, and has defied many previous attempts. That many people have tried to scale Mount Everest before, but it has always resisted those attempts. It takes the last ounce of one's energy. That is, it takes every bit of your energy to climb Mount Everest. It is a brutal struggle with rock and ice. That is, you have to struggle a lot with the environment, with the surrounding, with the rocks, with the ice, everything. And once taken up, it cannot be given up halfway, even one's life is at stake. That is, once you start the climbing, you cannot stop it in between, even if it is dangerous for your life. The passage back is as difficult as the passage onwards. That is, moving up and coming down. That is, climbing up and climbing. That is, moving down. Both are very difficult. And then when the summit is climbed, there is the exhilaration, the joy of having done something, the sense of battle fought and won. It is a feeling of victory and of happiness. That once you complete climbing Mount Everest and you reach at the top, there is this extreme joy of doing something great. There is a sense that you have won a battle at last. Now, glimpsing a peak in the distance, I get transported to another world, because the view from the top of the Mount Everest is very beautiful. So the moment you are at the top and when you see the view, you just get transported to some other world. That is, you feel that you are in some other world altogether. I experience a change within myself. What kind of a change? Which can only be called mystical. That is, there is a kind of a spiritual change. By its beauty, aloofness, might, ruggedness, and the difficulties encountered on the way, the peak draws me to it as Everest did. It is a challenge that is difficult to resist. That is, the mountaineer or H.P.S. Ahluwalia, he is just fascinated and attracted by its beauty. That is, the beauty of the place, aloofness, because Mount Everest and the other mountain peaks, they are very cut off from the entire world. They are very mighty, very strong. Not many can climb Mount Everest. Ruggedness, rough, and the difficulties encountered on the way, and the difficulties and the obstacles that you meet while you climb up, that attract Major HPS Ahluwalia or the other climbers towards Everest. It is a challenge that is difficult to resist. That those who like adventure, for them the challenge cannot be resisted. That is, they have to take the challenge. Then he says, looking back, I find that I have not yet fully explained why I climbed Everest. Still, Major HPS Ahluwalia feels that he is not able to do justice with the answers. It is like answering a question why you breathe. Like, we have no reason that why do we breathe. We breathe because it is a compulsion, it is a requirement, isn't it? Why do you help your neighbor? Why do you want to do good acts? There is no final answer possible. That is, it is only a climber knows, and sometimes he doesn't know that why he climbs any mountain range. And then there is the fact that Everest is not just a physical climb. It is not about just climbing Mount Everest. The man who has been to the mountain top becomes conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe. It's a very important portion of the lesson. That is, the man who has been to the mountain top becomes conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe. That is, when you are in the midst of the mountain ranges, you will automatically start having the feeling that you are very small, that the universe is very big and you are just like a speck of dust. So you become aware of your own existence. You become conscious of your own existence. That is, you are so small and the world is very big. The universe is just endless. Then, the physical conquest of a mountain is only one part of the achievement. That is the only one part of the achievement, conquering Mount Everest. There is more to it than that. It is followed by a sense of fulfillment. That is a kind of joy that you receive, the sense of fulfillment. That is, now you feel there is nothing else to do. There is a satisfaction of a deep urge to rise above one's surroundings. That is the ultimate joy of to be able to rise against the difficult situation. It is the eternal love for adventure in man. That is, in general, human beings like doing adventure, and there are lots and lots of examples, like just from the very small age, human beings try to explore new things. They like adventure, isn't it? But why do you ride your cycle very fast? Why do you go to the park every day and just ride all the rides, isn't it? Because there is an adventure involved. Why do you play every day? Because there is an adventure involved. The experience is not mere physical, it is emotional, it is spiritual. So the entire experience of climbing Mount Everest, and also the entire experience of doing any difficult task, so it is not only about overcoming that particular situation, or it is not about winning over that situation, it is also about an emotional fill. It's also very spiritual in nature, right? So let it be this much for today, and in the next class I'll explain the rest of the portion to you. Okay, just read it. I'm taking it bit by bit so that you understand the content well, right? Thank you.